make sure, Victor, when I roll this, I want to make sure, you know, that first, you know, it fits here, you know.
When I first bought this car, right, it was purchased from an owner that was in Chicago, but it wasn't a snow car. It was actually an Arizona title car. It was a gentleman in Chicago that purchased it. His dad had it and died. So the son had no interest in the car, but his dad knew the importance and the value of the Eldorado, the 66 Eldorado, which is the last year Cadillac made a rear-wheel drive Eldorado. This is the last one. Everything after that was front-wheel drive. So all Eldorado models came convertible. You know, the rarity of it, they made total 2,250 models in 1966 with the Coupe de Ville that looks identical to this car in the convertible form. They probably made 17,000 in 66. So that just shows you how rare number cars that was made. Now, I believe they say it's based off of DMV records of being, you know, damaged or salvaged or total. It said only be 300 left total in the world. So the dad knew what he had. He wanted to do it the right way. Saying all of that to say, he already had a floor pan for the trunk. He had the trunk floor pan. And what Red is doing right now, Red is repairing the rust in the convertible top drip rail. This is where when it rains, the water comes off the convertible top. It sits inside of this rail and comes down the sweep and it exits out in front of the tire. Well, over time, it developed rust in that area. So the water created a hole, the rust created a hole in the metal. Now that the water's coming down the convertible top, where did it go? Inside the trunk. That's why the customer sold me this car with a trunk floor pan, because it was rusting in the trunk. But the original problem never came from the trunk, it came from the convertible top drip rail. So that's why it's so important what he's doing. I'm so glad he's taking his time out to do it the right way. It's a little time consuming and it's a little challenging, but that's Red. He doesn't play.
All welded in. I'm gonna grind it, put all the piece. That's it. The bottom is perfect. The line is matching up. The bottom is, the top is the same thing. So this corner is already done. Yeah, it's way better than before. Reinforced with the thicker metal and continuous welding. So I had to weld just a little bit, you know, a little bit here, and that's it. It's the same shape, the same everything. I mean, yep. Now it's very solid.
When I built my car with Mr. Tom, all we did was a new convertible top. We put a new candy paint job on it, and we put the 26-inch Forge Autos, and that was enough. The type of vehicle it was a unique car. It was a clean enough paint job. It was August of 2012 when it was delivered to his shop. We done with the paint, and you know, everything was done at the shop, you know, except for, you know, the interior. We sent it out to get the convertible top, a new one put on. He painted it, everything, and then we never sent it off to get chromed. You know, the car was in good shape, so you could have reused the, you know, the stuff that was on it. The interior was kind of good enough, you know, so we never did the interior. Just a new paint job, new convertible top, and a brand new pair of 26-inch Forge Autos back in 2012. It was a guaranteed hit. Showed the car, won a couple shows with it, showed you a couple of trophies that we got, and that's where it started from, you know. And then what happened, my wheel, not knowing that your wheel studs from the 60s isn't designed for a 26-inch wheel. It's designed for a 15-inch wheel. So the geometry of the effects of that made the wheel stud break, and my wheel came off. Damaged the front fender, and that's what I mean by it opens a hornet's nest. We started, it was certain things that I wanted to do, and that opened the door for us. So I just kept asking him, so Mr. Tom, how much you gonna charge me to do this? And Mr. Tom, how much more it'll be to do this? Hey, Mr. Tom, you think it'll be better at this point, being that we already got the front click off and the motor out? You think we should just take it off the frame? He was like, yeah, we don't have rotisserie. I ordered a rotisserie. Next thing you know, it was coming off the frame. You know, he had all of the stuff at the shop. He had a 4-post lift. You know, it was a nice shop set up to do what we was doing. You'll see it in some of the old videos, but it just kept going and going and going. And then, so I told you we started in 12, the end of 12. So, you know, probably, you know, 6 years later, you know, Mr. Tom was just saying, like, you know, man, Vic, you might want to think about being involved in something like this. I can see how you operate, see how you, the knowledge base, the way you deal with the customers, you know. He said, man, I'm getting tired of it. I've been doing it 40 years. Like, I really want to sit back and drink me a pina colada and play with the dogs, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he got an offer, you know, somebody gave him kind of exactly what he wanted for the place we was at, and he bought us a little Hawaii